Good morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends watching in North America. And hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And today I'm excited because I just received a new bundle of products that's available to demonstrators who are attending the virtual Stampin' Up! Conference OnStage at Home coming up in early November. And yeah, I thought it'd be fun to take a look at it. This is a suite of products that will be available in the January to June mini catalog upcoming. And yeah, so we have early access because we're demonstrators and because we're participating in this event. And I went ahead and ordered it and received it. That's always exciting to actually get it well before the event, especially with all the shipping issues happening around the world. So let me give you a quick rundown of what's in this suite. It is a stamp set called Blessings of Home, which has some really nice line art floral sprays or bouquets and some great sentiments. Thank you for inspiring me. We can get through anything together. What a beautiful day for love. Have a perfect birthday. You are a real blessing to everyone around you. And it is a red rubber cling stamp, which is great. And then it's got coordinating dies. And so it's got two dies that are, the artwork on here is at 90%. So it's got dies that cut out the floral bunches, and then it cuts out other silhouette, if you will, floral and leaf sprays or sprigs. So there's that. And then it has designer series paper, and the colors in this are, oh, I've got them right here so you can see. Basic gray, pale papaya, garden green, fresh freesia, misty moonlight, and cinnamon cider. And the neat thing about this is that on one side, remember we've got two sides to each sheet, so one side is the flowers at home or blessings of home floral theme. There's that. That looks a lot like one of the ones in Nature's Harvest Meadow that's done in blue in Misty Moonlight. And here's a Misty Moonlight one. There's pretty flowers. I hope you guys are all seeing this. Let me just restarting my Facebook feed that I'm monitoring on my, there we go. On my computer. And then there's one in garden green. And then the other side, here's the fun part. The other side of this paper, they are all different wood grain patterns in basic gray. So there's skinny planks on a diagonal, all kinds of wood grain looks. And now I need to get my screen so that I can see comments. There we go. Now I can see. Okay. Oh, you like the piece with the bees? Yeah, the cinnamon cider one. So there's all the different wood planks, timber planks. I don't know what you want to call it. So I'm going to put that aside for right now. Oh, and then it's got embellishments, of course. These are classic matte dots. We've had them in black. This is black, basic gray, very vanilla, and basic white. I like these because they're a little lower profile than the black ones that are current. That's the one thing I haven't liked about those black dots, although I use them quite a bit. And then they brought back this denim ribbon, which is nice and soft and easy to tie and easy to do stuff with. And as is very on trend right now, it does, I did just unravel it quite easily. So it does, there we go. It does unravel so that you can get that going. So I'm not quite sure. I have kind of a basic idea of things that I want to do, but you know me, my basic ideas don't always work out to be exactly what gets made. So as a reminder, when we get our red rubber cling stamps, it gets made. They make them, I think, they make a big sheet of them in the, I think they call it a press. And the rubber goes in and gets molded into the press. And then it comes out, and then they cut it. See, they got these cutting guides here, and they cut it. And so we get it, and they're die cut. I was around when we didn't have them die cut. We used to have to cut them with scissors and cut around them. So what I like to do is I like to pull the cling backing off the whole sheet and stick that right in there. A lot of people get rid of the outline, but I like to keep it because, especially when there's lots of stamps in there, I know that I have them all back when there aren't any holes. And then we have these cling stickers that they cling on. I'm not going to do all of them for you today, but let's get this one going. So this is cling that goes on the block, and the other side is the cling that goes on the stamp. So they talk about doing it on that backing sheet, but I think it's easier to do this. And I know I've shown you this before, where we've put it on the block, and we take the stamp, just looking to see how it's going to be easiest to get everything lined up, and I may get my head in the way. Sorry if I do, because now I'm just lining up the edges of the sticker with the edges of the foam all the way around. Come on. Once it's down, it's down. It does not come up. So I'm taking a minute to get it just right. There we go. And now with this cling sticker, I'm going to put it on and off my block as many times as I want. And it is beautiful. So let's stamp this guy right on here. I'm going to bring in the basic gray to do that. It's a little bit softer. Hi Helen, thanks for joining me. It should be a little softer than the Memento, although sometimes it's hard to see it that way. Maybe sometimes it's hard to get it inked. Let's see how we're doing here. I don't think that's fully inked, but let's see. I may need to re-ink my pad. I don't use basic gray very often, so that's pretty good. I love, love, love. They've got, it's a little bit of, it's not quite a distinctive, but it's got a lot of the hatch mark shading in there. Let's try that again. Let's see if we can get a little bit better ink coverage. I'm going to stand up again. Just when I sit here and hold down the stamp, I'm just envisioning all that ink soaking into the paper. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that, at least for starters. Clean off my stamp. Yeah, Gladys, I just find that I get it lined up so much better that way than I do trying to put it onto when it's still on this backing sheet. So, set that one aside. I'm going to bring in, there is no Garden Green stamp and blend. I'm going to start this first one with blends. I'm going to use the Just Jade blend for the leaves and see if that, for the card that I'm making, I think that's going to be close enough. Let's start with the light one. And I don't think I'm going to be trying to get the whole image. Blacked in or colored in. That's what I'm trying to say. As I always say, I am not an artist. I have no training. I just have quite a few years of crafting now. No, it just came running in here. I'm not quite sure. Now he's out. Not sure. I think he picked up a toy. A few more leaves up here. Okay, I'm going to do some fresh freesia on these big flowers here. Let's see how you go. I'm starting with the light because I can always layer up more color, add dark to deepen some parts. And again, I can move pretty quickly because I'm not trying to be, coloring in very solidly. That sort of makes highlights in and of itself, I find. Okay, that's one of the big ones. I keep turning it because it's hard to see what's what sometimes. This one. Oh, we took Noah to a dog park on Sunday. And it's the first time to a dog park with us. He gets kind of the same experience when he's his week and a half at the kennels when he was in for assessments for training. You know, playing with a bunch of other dogs. It was fun to see him running around chasing other dogs. Okay, I'm bringing in the pale papaya for the centers. And since it's a 2-kilometer walk to the dog park and 2 kilometers home again, he had a really good nap Sunday afternoon. And we got our exercise in too. Okay, I'm adding some of the dark pale papaya to these centers. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do with these other color or these smaller flowers, whether I want them to be also fresh freesia or something else. So I might, I'm just going to play a little bit here off to the side with whether I want to add some more green or just keep it the way it is. Some of these add a little. On this one I am going to keep going with the fresh freesia on all of the flowers. What have you guys been up to? I know there's been a lot of rain in a lot of the U.S., which is where most of you who are live with me now are. Start adding in a little more dimension and differentiation in these flowers, I think. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to bring in the dark fresh freesia. and where it's got the shading in the stamp is where I'm focusing this darker color, darker shade. Let's see how we go here. Come in this lighter one again. What I do is I'm just kind of trying to blend a little more. See how that works. Not sure. Yeah. Come here. See, just trying to soften a little bit between the darker and the lighter. What do we think? I think we're doing pretty well there. So I've got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine over here, and I'm going to line this up and cut it out. See how we did. Go. So now we need to build a card around this. So I'm going to start by cutting a basic white thick basic white card base. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna bring in, this is cinnamon cider, and I'm just gonna kind of darken up, I think, right around the very centers of these flower centers. Just give it a little. So you can see that Just Jade is not that far off from the Garden Green. I don't know how much you can see, but well, from what you can see, it's definitely not far off, and it's not in real life either. Sorry, hemming and hawing in my head. Not what I want to do. I'm going to start with that. Yeah, we'll see. So one of the things in the samples that they showed us, you know, they have card samples, and they had done a cinnamon cider, kind of a doily, a lacy doily die cut behind stuff. And I don't have the doily. I don't even know which set they're from, but I don't have them. So instead, I went ahead and used this stitched greenery die. I keep thinking of it as an embossing folder because it doesn't cut a shape, it just cuts the design into the cardstock. And then I used the largest one of these from Hippo and Friends to make my own background piece for that to sit on. That's one reason I went and put those dark bits of cinnamon cider in the center of the flowers. I'm wondering, that I might like better. Like I said, I'm still playing, figuring it out. But I think I'm going to work on a sentiment at the moment. This is my embossing buddy. It's got powder like cornstarch or talc, and it just keeps excess embossing powder from sticking where I don't want it. So this one says, what a beautiful day for love. Make sure I have that right side up. Get that on there. I may, well, we'll see how this comes out. I think that's just water, I'm hoping. I will be right back. I'm going to go heat emboss this. There we go. Now what I did, thanks for waiting, I inked very carefully and then wiped off to clear it because I didn't want the for love on the sentiment. I wanted just what a beautiful day. And now we're going to find the perfect thing to cut it out with. That's pretty good. That would be very good. Hey Renata, glad you joined in. be my favorite. That one's got kind of like a ticket. That's pretty cool too. Because I don't think the ones that match that shape are going to be right at all. I'm gonna go with this one, I think. I like that shape. Now the question is, do we keep that or get rid of it? What do you think? Opinions? Okay, I'm hearing, I saw very cute from Paula, but I don't know for which version, with or without the cinnamon cider. That's without. That's with. Kind of like it with. Needs something back behind, I think. You like without? Do you like it with the ribbon, Gladys? Here. The wrong thing's pulling. here. Still playing, just figuring out. Okay, Gladys, you like it without the cinnamon cider, I presume is what you're saying. So I'm going to set that aside. Did you like the plain, just the plain bit of ribbon under there? I'm not sure I like the bow. That bow is a little much, maybe. Plain ribbon. I like the pale papaya, I think, to balance the pressure. Okay, so get rid of that. Cut some of that. Gotta love sticky tape. In the dimensionals. Okay, now embellishments. Oop. Got the plain without anything else. So no none of these on there? Yeah, I kind of like it like that. Just wondering about. What do you think? Okay. Yeah. There we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then I'll probably put "Have a Perfect Birthday" on the inside. But I'm happy with that for a first go. If you have the hand pen suite, you may decide you don't need to purchase this one. I hadn't purchased hand pens, so I was happy to buy this one. And yeah, wasn't what I first envisioned. That's okay. I like how it evolved. I will use that cinnamon cider piece on another card, I am sure. So, thank you for joining me. If you're in Australia and you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, or you would like for me to become your demonstrator, I am happy to do that. You can find me online at nancysniftynotes.com, and there are links from there to my Stampin' Up! Online store. There's a link to subscribe to my newsletter, which will get you the rest of my 12 Weeks of Christmas project tutorial series that goes out every Friday morning. It's got cards and tags and gift packaging and gifts, and what else? Blog posts are there at nancysniftynotes.com. You should be able to link to my YouTube channel, which has all of my previous Facebook Lives. So yeah, thank you for joining me today, and I will see you, I think, do you guys change time in the US? When you guys change time, my time will change. So I will look that up, and I will put a link up for checking to see what time it is where you are when I go live, if your clock is changing this coming weekend. which I think it is in the US. So thanks for joining me, and I will be back again next week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.